Alright, so look, man. This is going to be an extremely quick video. I mean, extremely quick. But I've been meaning to touch this topic for a few days now. Fort Worth, Texas rapper, Little Ronnie. I was about to say Little Ronnie Casino. What the? Hood fame Little Ronnie, aka GS9 Lil Ronnie, aka the Lil Ronnie dude, aka Go Yayo homeboy, aka what they call him, like the best gambler in Texas or something like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not very familiar with the guy. I have heard his music before. I actually made a video about him a long time ago, talking about how unique his flow was. His flow caught my attention because it's like a very unique flow, and I thought it was pretty cool. But nonetheless, outside of that, I just know he's Go Yayo. Well, he was Go Yayo homeboy, right? Definitely rest in peace to him. But more so, the reason I'm making this video, y'all see the title, dude. His daughter, fam. That story, that was earlier this year, right, when that happened? If I'm not mistaken. Y'all know I'm lazy. I don't feel like looking it up right now. Whoop-de-doo. But if I'm not mistaken, it was earlier this year. But it always rubbed me the wrong way, knowing what happened to that little girl. Like, bro, I'm from the 90s. I'm in my 30s. Now, although I admit I'm no gang and evil twin, to my knowledge, the rules were always, hey man, if you see somebody with their child, give them a quote unquote pass. But that didn't happen in this case. They murdered him and his daughter. I think she was only like 5 or 6 years old, bro. Maybe even younger. And I just think about life. Like, I've lived over 30 years now. And I'm just thinking about how much more life I still have to live. I mean, according to the statistics, I should be here to around 75 years old. That's assuming I'm eating healthy, working out, not smoking and drinking every day, you know, etc., etc. Definitely not busy out here being a gang and evil twin. That's one of the most important things. But yeah, so statistically speaking, I haven't even lived half of my life. And again, you know, things happen. Who's to say I won't walk outside one day and get bit in the ankle by a snapping turtle or something? I don't know. And the snapping turtle just happened to have a crazy disease. Next thing you know, I wake up in heaven. But if the cards play out right, I haven't even lived half of my life yet. And also there's nuances. For example, I have a great uncle who's 94 years old. The dude still drives from North Carolina to New Jersey. Excuse my French, but the dude still be getting hoes. Like, he's a habitual cheek clapper, bro, at 94 years old. Shout out to my great uncle. And on my dad's side of the family, well, my grandmother, she's 80 years old, still enjoying life. Traveling from Washington, D.C. to North Carolina. Long story short, by the grace of God, it appears as long as I take care of myself, I have some type of good genes in my body. Like I said, the life expectancy rate for a male, my great uncle is 19 years over that. Still driving, still traveling, still cheek clapping. And my bad for giving y'all my life lesson here, but I use it as an example. Even somebody that's from the 90s, I have a lot of life to live, bro. This little girl was robbed of her life at 5 years old. 5 years old, bro. Put it this way. The pandemic was 5 years ago. This baby didn't even get to live a life. And that pisses me off, man. Again, no disrespect to the little Ronnie dude, rest in peace. But this is what really got me heated. The daughter. If you out here gang and evil twinning it up, you already know what type of stuff comes with the street. But this 5-year-old girl, she didn't sign up for anything. And that's what makes me mad when I read stuff like this. Now this is via Say Cheese. Shout out to Say Cheese. What is it, Tarrant? Tarrant County prosecutors won't seek death penalty against two men accused of killing Fort Worth rapper Little Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter in a March ambush at Slappy's Car Wash in Forest Hill. Adonis Robinson and Jacoby Deshawn. Hey, these two dudes, both of them, they remain charged with capital murder and could face life in prison without parole if convicted, but they will not be getting a death penalty. Now, a lot of people will say, cool, they're more than likely still going to get life without parole, so justice is served. But in my opinion, justice isn't served. If it was just a little Ronnie dude, cool. Not cool in that way, because you shouldn't be killing anybody. But now, when you take the life of an innocent 5-year-old girl like that, hey, you got to get them the death penalty, fool. No questions asked. I don't care if they give them quadruple life. Justice will not be served in my eyes because they murdered a 5-year-old girl. Granted, there's no proof that the guys even knew that the girl was in the car, right? Maybe if they knew a little girl was in the car, they would have went about this a different way. They maybe would have spared her life. They possibly could have thought it was just him alone. I don't know. But regardless, it's not the case. They murdered her. But if they would have at least not try to run away, try to get away with it, okay, you know what? Life without parole, okay, justice served. At least they didn't try to get away with murdering a little 5-year-old girl. The fact that they try to get away with it, hey, wrap it up, coach. Them dudes should be out of here. But we'll see what happened, bro. They need to at least be sentenced to that life without parole. Nothing less than that. I'm going to be paying attention to this case here and there, looking for updates. But that's crazy. If you want to give anybody life, these are literally the two dudes that they deserve life. I'm just sitting here thinking about that little girl, man. That's crazy. Like I said, the pandemic was just 5 years ago. She's 5 years old. She didn't even really get to experience life. She didn't even really get to see what the real world outside of the pandemic stuff was. Hey, get them dudes out of here, bro. But anyway, man, how y'all feel about this? Let me know in the comment section, bro. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. Hey, man, follow me on Instagram, TZLBaby252. Bro, how can you even live with yourself? Like, knowing that you murdered a 5-year-old girl, that'll drive me crazy. And then to try to get away with it, disgusting. Rest in peace. I'm gone.